What's going on, guys? Welcome along to another video, and today we are riders taking out this Ducati Desert X. Before we even get onto the bike, let's have a little look at it. It has got the retro styling along with a bit of a Dakar kind of very flat tall front end, quite similar to the Yamaha Tenere 700. Obviously we have got this one in white, but for 2023 there are two options. You've got this white one or the black. I actually really quite like the black. It's got a nice bit of the accents of the red as well in it. Let me know, which colour do you prefer, white or black? I tell you what, it's actually too hot to be standing around. Let's get on this bike, let's ride it, and then we'll have another little walk around in a bit. Really tight turning circle, full lock, easy. We'll go through all the component parts throughout the video, but initial thoughts straight away out of the dealership. This has got the, I'm assuming it's going to be like the adventure seat or the rally seat. This is the one piece. Normally they come with your two piece, i.e. rider passenger, and this is very hard. Handling, it's nice, it's flickable, it just kind of floats around, and then straight away at the front we've got this vertical 5-inch screen. Looking at the engine in this Desert X, then it is one that's actually widely used amongst the middle class bikes in Ducati. Testa Strata, I believe, 937cc. This has got the same engine that is in the Multistrada V2 and the V2S, the Ducati Monster, and the Hypermotard as well. For the Desert X, the engine is producing 110 brake horsepower and 92 Newton meters of torque. This bike is obviously designed to be doing 50-50 road and off-road. So let's see how this handles on road today. At the minute I do have this in the sport rider mode, and this is more than enough for on the road. The handling is helped out by having such wide handlebars. These narrow back roads, it's just easy to flick it around. I am finding with the brakes through the front lever, there's quite a lot of play at the start. See all that? The bike's only biting when I'm kind of an inch into the pull. Me personally, I like my pull to be as soon as I'm starting to touch the brake that the pads are starting to bite. It's not the case with this bike. If you are riding on the road and a little bit more spirited, I am getting some vibrations through the seat into my bum, and I did find this with the Multistrada V2S as well. Pushing this bike in sport mode on the road, it handles really well. Like I said, you're not feeling the weight, it flicks nicely. Don't forget, we do have Pirelli Scorpion Rally STR tyres, so they are quite off-road orientated, shall we say, looking at the tread pattern. But right now, the way I'm pushing this bike, I couldn't tell I'm not on dedicated road tyres. The fueling is spot on. By that I mean there's no jerkiness in the throttle, so I say still in sport mode. Second gear, trying to keep it around 20, and the on-off point, there's not like a massive jerk. It's not like it's kicking in. It's just spot on. And that to me is something that's really important as well when you're doing off-road, because you want to be as smooth as possible off-road, so you're not catching yourself out, throwing yourself into a ditch or anything like that. Another bike that is loving these old school retro style round mirrors. KTM 89 Adventure, I think it was on a few weeks ago, they had the same ones. And apart from looking old school, they're fine. Vibrations aren't affecting them. I've got at least probably 70% of the mirror that I can see behind me that my arms aren't covering. It just look old school, don't they? Perks of living in the countryside. Farm gunk, stones, grit, gravel and pheasants everywhere. Look at it. Let's have a little look at the electronic package on this motorcycle then. Starting at the front of the bike, we do have full LEDs all round, and I really like the daytime running lights, 2 circles at the front. I've already mentioned the 5-inch vertical TFT, and I believe the reason they've done it vertical is so when you are off-road and you're standing up, you can see it. You can see no dramas. A lot of the screen's a little bit lower, so it's a nice little touch. You've got your ABS on this bike, but you've also got cornering ABS, something that is really helpful. On this bike then, we do have 6 rider modes. I'll try and do an overlay on the screen so you can see them a little better, but you've got sport, urban, touring, wet, enduro and rally, so a lot of different rider modes to pick from. I know when you go into rally, and it may be in the same for enduro, is you can then adjust the extra parameters that is in the tech that this bike's got on it. There's just a lot of different parameters that you can change within those extra modes, which is nice. It's kind of ideal what you want when you are doing off-road rallying style. When you change the modes as well, the screen will change on some of them. So at the minute I've got it in enduro and it's changed it to like that, but if I move it over to touring, let's say, it goes back to the kind of the base setting screen, which is nice different information that's going to be displayed. This isn't just an off-road bike, like I said, this is actually a road bike as well, so we do get cruise control and self-cancelling indicators as well. The Desert X does come with quick shifter up and down. It's not the smoothest, it's not a seamless integration with the gearbox, but it does work, so can you complain with that? Over here, have a little walk around, see some of the features this bike has got for us. Let's look at some of the extra features this Desert X has. That is a optional purchase from Ducati. Starting off at the front, we have got these large 21-inch rims, 18 at the rear, absolutely perfect for any off-roading you're going to be doing. We do have Brembos all round, 320mm discs at the front, 265 at the back, and Brembo calipers for all the stopping power you're going to need. Like I said, the feeling in the lever is a bit weak, but actually there's no issues with the braking power itself. Continue at the front there, we do have this Desert X headlight protector, and then straight underneath we do have the rad guards as well. The headlight protector is an optional extra along with the rad guard. For all the off-roading you're going to be needing, you're going to need some off-road tyres. Remember, these are the Pirelli Scorpion Rally STRs. Very off-road orientated tread, but still plenty of grip on the road. We have your standard fuel tank up the front, but another optional extra is an extra 8 litres, which is carried at the rear on either side with the extra fairing. If you don't have this option, they won't be there. This is the other seat. Correct me if I'm wrong, it's going to be like the rally seat or the enduro seat. Like I said, one piece over your standard 2-piece, and it is hard. Proper retro looking rear end as well, but I don't mind it. They've gone retro and they've stuck with it. And then finally up front we do have a steering damper as well. That's enough talking off the bike. Let's get back on it and enjoy this weather. The suspension on this is fully adjustable. At the front you are going to need your tools, but what's nice to see is at the rear it is hand adjusted, so you can just do it on the fly when you're out on the area somewhere like this. Now I'm 6'1", 115 kilos, and this bike has a seat height of 875mm. What does that mean? I'm on my balls of my feet, both sides. It is tall. It is a tall bike. No keyless entry here. Old school key. Take it out of rally mode. We're back in sport. Ergonomics. The foot pegs are a really nice, comfortable position. So my knees are nice and relaxed, but not in like a forward mounted riding position. It's just a very comfortable bike to sit on and to ride. Top half, it's fairly straight, but not rigid straight. Handlebars are a nice distance from my torso. The tank does look pretty big, and that's because it's got a decent 21 litre fuel capacity inside it. As I showed on the walk around, you can get the auxiliary 8 litre fuel tank, so you can have a total capacity of 29 litres. That's going to get you some serious mileage. The weight of this bike, ignoring the 8 litres, is going to come in at 223 kilos. It's not a light bike, but the handling of it, you can't feel the weight of it. So obviously this has got the extra fuel tank that was full. We'll be looking at 231. I'd ignore those stats. You can't feel the weight when you're riding this. So Ducati have definitely done a good job there. At the start of the video I did mention there are 2 colour schemes. This white is going to set you back £14,800. And then unfortunately, if you do want the black, like I said, me personally, I think the black looks better. That is going to set you back £15,300. It's a fair distance. It's a fair difference. Like £500 just for a black colour scheme. I think it's quite expensive. Maybe they do it because they know the black looks better as well. Now, where do I think this bike sits in the market, and who's going to be buying this bike? It's not someone who's doing 80-90% on road. For that, if you want this engine more on road, you are going to be looking at the V2 kind of bracket. This is for someone who lives near some off-road, green laney, that kind of riding more often. Probably over 50% of that type of riding. That's just me personally, and that's just what I think. You're welcome to leave a comment below. Would you own this bike? Would you choose this one? And if so, how much off-road riding do you actually do? Yes, this is a capable on-road bike, but my question is, if you were doing more on-road, why would you get the Desert X? This is definitely sitting in the 890 adventure bracket. Obviously that has got the 890 Duke if you're going to do just on-road, and then the adventure is your, obviously, adventure off-road orientated bike. Me personally, if I lived somewhere like on the doorstep of Salisbury Plain, the Lake Districts, Wales, Scotland, anywhere where there's an abundance of off-road byways, green lanes, I could see me owning something like this. This will easily be able to do the miles to that location, but it's individual basis. For where I am, where I live, the type of riding I personally do, this platform wouldn't be for me. I'd be more looking at the Multistrada V2, because I prefer more road riding than I do off-road, and that's why I've got a BMW GSA, massively capable on-road bike. But then if I ever do want to do a bit of green laning, it's more than capable. I really do like this V2 engine. It is peppy. It's got absolutely more than enough from the road. Like I said, my only real gripe with it is the vibrations. This is now the second time I've been on a bike with these Pirelli Scorpion Rally STRs, and like I said, obviously they have definitely got some grooves for the off-road, but you can't tell. I've ridden some knobblies and you can feel like so I am really impressed with these tyres. I'd love to get them off-road and see how they do handle. That is the beauty of having a bike like this, where you have got the tyres that are capable of doing some off-road, but then on road you've got absolutely enough grip. Having that ability to drive past the byway and go, oh, you know what, I'm going to go down there, have a little bit of fun. I've mentioned about the ergonomics, sat down but stood up. My right heel was hitting something, probably rear passenger pegs or exhaust, something around there. But handlebars is a really nice height, they're not too low, I'm not bent down, I'm not leaning over for them. And obviously, because that vertical screen, you can see the screen easily. I hope you've enjoyed this quick, full riding review on the Ducati Desert X for 2023. This is just a demo bike, so thank you very much to Riders of Bridgewater for lending it to me today. If you do want to throw your leg over, come on over. They've got a fantastic demo lineup between their Harleys and Ducatis. You just need to get out and test one. It's the only way you're going to know. You can watch people like myself on YouTube say what they think. End of the day, it doesn't matter what I think. That's what you think. If you have enjoyed this video, please make sure you like the video, obviously, but more importantly, subscribe to the channel. Helps myself and Zoe out massively, helps the old YouTube algorithms know that you guys like our content. Well guys, until the next one, ride safe. What I was just trying to show there is obviously this has got the secondary fuel tank at the back, and I thought they would both feed into the fuel system, but actually it turns out that when the main fuel tank gets low, you can go into the settings and you can transfer the fuel from the rear to the front. So I was doing it for, I don't know, a couple of minutes, and I went from 25 miles and I'm now at 80 miles. I didn't let it do all of it, I did stop it, so I just wanted to see what would happen. So when it drops to a certain point, I'm not quite sure what that point is, that's how you can then bring it forward. Pretty cool. Anyway, rider's there, I'll hand this back in. See you on the next one.